I grew up in the 60s, but I missed them completely. Of course, they had big ambitions and ideas like any child. Lynn always dreamed of being a nurse. Then there was Terry, who was a little boy who wanted to be a plumber. Lenny, who wanted to be an electrical engineer. Beth, who told us she wanted to grow up and look after the babies in her own orphanage. I want to tell you about Gerald too. Gerald, aged 85, who said he got everything he dreamed of as a boy. He grew up to have a family. He learned how to love and he loved right back. I shared this story, Speaker, because I think it says something remarkable about resistance. Even within a system designed to dehumanise, up against the force of the state and the violence of those tasked with upholding its power, he resisted, they resisted. Indeed, many of these brave men and women have been resisting their whole lives. As children in a system designed to break their will, they fought back in ways big and small. Like wildflowers growing through a crack in the cement, they rose up. They rebelled, they fooled adults, and sometimes they escaped. It's astounding to think of the courage of these children, the same age as my own and even younger. Children who broke free of those cloistered walls because they knew that whatever was beyond them, that had to be better. They fought as adults too, Speaker. It's the reason why we are here today. By telling your stories, often at the emotional cost that comes with reliving the past, you have ensured that this dark chapter in our history is fully acknowledged and addressed. You have met silence with truth, power with defiance, indifference with determination. And because of organisations like Clan, Open Place, the Alliance for Forgotten Australians, Child Migrants Trust, Connecting Homes and more, you have provided a home for those who grew up without one. There's a lot of people who fought for today, and I know I can't hope to name all of you, but I do want your contributions recorded in the history of this place. People like Leonie Sheedy, Sue Whittington-Stevens, Heather Bell, Robert House, Frank Golding, Joanna Pinglaze, whose ad in the paper was the seed from which so much has grown. People like Gordon Hill, Boris Caspier, Carolyn Carroll, Ian Hand, Andrew Biggerdike, and Dr. Margaret Humphreys. We are here because survivors demanded recognition. I also need to acknowledge those Victorians whose experiences mean they can't be with us here today. The emotion's still too raw and too heavy. Whether you are watching at home, interstate or overseas, I want you to know that today belongs to you too. It also belongs to those we've lost. People like Heather's sister Evelyn, Barry's twin. We remember the Victorians who died without recognition or justice. To each and every child who was abused, neglected or mistreated, and on behalf of this Parliament and every Parliament before it, we say sorry. Of course, I understand that these words are not a magic self. You've been hurt in ways that cannot be undone and witnessed things that cannot be unseen. But I do hope that this apology can be the start of something new. For you, a start to healing, to recognition and to change. And for us, a start to saying never again and meaning it. Speaker, in listening to and reading about the stories of these children, I found one word that came up again and again: shame. So many of these Victorians live with so much shame. Speaker, if I can address myself very directly to everyone who feels that deeply, I want to say this. The shame does not belong to you. It is ours. It was always ours, and it always will be ours. Today is about reclaiming that shame, lifting its weight from your shoulders and holding it up to the light. And in its place, a sense of pride. Pride in the bright and beautiful children that you were, and pride in the strong and courageous adults that you've become, of the fight that you have led, of the heart that you have shown, of your determination to make sure it never happens again. I commend the motion to the House.
Thank invite the Leader of the Opposition to the lectern to speak to the motion.
Thank you, Speaker, and to all here assembled. I'm very proud and very moved to join with the Government and Premier in supporting this historic motion. One that is long past time, but one which is well deserved. Throughout human history, there has been a universal and timeless dictum that has cut across civilisations and cultures. No matter what the language, no matter what the civilisation, no matter what the culture, the dictum has always been the same. Unyielding